What's up, Booktube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura if you're new here, and today I'm letting Operation pick my TBR for December. So here we are at round number 3 of Operation picking my TBR for me. This is my original TBR game. I will leave the link down below for the very first video that I did for this one so you can see all the rules and everything for it. So I'm just going to get right into it. So my rule is that if I don't at least start every book from my TBR from the previous month, then I will have to take a punishment. And I'm filming this video on the 29th, so as of right now, I have not started everything. I have one book left that I have not started, but I will definitely be starting it before the end of the month, so I'm not going to take a punishment for it. But for my TBR for last month, there was one that I DNF'd and one that I did start, but I just really wasn't in the mood for that genre, so I decided to put it down and I'll read it some other time. I'm the type where I can't force myself to read things if I don't want to, because I either won't read it or I'll just end up hating it, and I really want to like this book. So because this is a game, I don't want to be too hard on myself, so I'm going to allow myself to put something down if I'm just really not in the mood for it, and I won't punish myself for doing that. Otherwise, I'm not going to enjoy reading as much as I would otherwise. So I'm going to give myself some leeway in that sense. But let's get into my TBR for this month. So I did the random number generator to figure out how many books I'll be reading this month, and that number is 9. I will be reading 9 books this month. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wish me luck. Draw number 1. The Bell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, fuck. Oh no. Punishment off the bat. Fuck. No. Roll number 1 was a punishment. Of course it was. So I had to add a book to my TBR, so I will do that later on, which means I'll actually be reading 10 books this month. Lucky me. But I do have to pick a book for this prompt, so let's do a second draw and figure out what I'll be reading. And I got my highest rated book on my GoodReads TBR. Love that. And this makes things super easy for me because the highest rated book on my TBR is Parallel Universe Me Has No Scars by Matthew Stegman. This author reached out to me on Instagram and sent me copies of his 2 poetry books to review, so I'll be doing that this month. I'm not really sure like what the content of the poetry is or like, you know, what topic he's talking about, but I'm very excited, and thank you so much to the author for reaching out to me. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be able to work in his second book later on in this TBR, so wish me luck. Draw number 2. The Frog. Okay, this one was tricky last time. Let's see if I can... Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, yes! Okay, number 2 from my overflowing normal jar. For draw number 2, I have to read a book with a lot of hype, and for this one, I'll be reading The Deep by River Solomon. I have heard so many people talking about this book, and like everybody just raves about it, so I'm so excited to finally get to this one. It's a fantasy novel about mermaids who are descendants of African slave women who were thrown overboard while pregnant, and they gave birth underwater and they became mermaids, I think it is. It's apparently very, very dark and hard-hitting, but everybody has such amazing things to say about it, so I can't wait to get to this one. Number 3. The Clock. Where are you? Ah, over here. Okay. Fuck. Come here. Come here. Yes. Ha ha ha. Oh my god, I'm dropping so many things. For number 3, I have to take a random number generator to my GoodReads TBR. So currently I have 299 books on my GoodReads TBR. It's way too many. But I got number 131, which is so perfect because that landed me on Mangoes and Mistletoe by Adriana Herrera, which is a queer Christmas romance novel centering on a baking competition. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read this. I think I found it sometime last year and I've been waiting for Christmas to read it. So I'm so happy that it's worked out for me, that I get to add it to this TBR. Draw number 4. Guess. Which is this one right down here. Where should I grab you from? I'm gonna go with right here. Ooh, okay, that one was easy. Number 4, I have to read a book for my I Finally Read That series that I do. If you don't know what that is, I will leave a link down below for you to go watch the announcement video. But basically, there are a whole bunch of books that I have not read that all of you know and love. So I'm trying to like catch up on those ones. And for this month, I'm so excited to announce that I will be reading The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I'm like the only person on the planet who has not read this book. So I'm so hyped. So incredibly hyped. I have no idea what it's about, but I've heard amazing things about this book and this author. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that it has to do with a circus that comes around at night, perhaps? Not sure, but I do want to go into this book kind of blind, so I'm not gonna look too into the plot. So look out for a review video from me coming very soon once I read this book. Number 5, The Burp, which is this guy. Oh, that one looked tricky. How do I go about this now? Oh my god, come here. Come here. Fuck yeah, got it. Number 5, I got Booktube Recommends. This is to pick a book that I heard about from Booktube, and for this one I'll be reading Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This one is a nerdy romance novel about the actor of a Game of Thrones-esque TV show who is secretly a fanfiction writer who goes on a date with a plus-sized woman who does a cosplay of one of the characters, and she gets so much hate for it because she's plus-sized. So to show his support, he takes her out to dinner and things kind of go from there. This one sounds absolutely adorable, and I've heard amazing things about it from various people. I know Mara over at Books Like Wool read it recently, and I think a bunch of others as well. So there's been like a lot of hype for this one, at least in my circle of Booktube, but can't wait. Number 6, The Toilet. How the hell do I grab this one? Maybe like this. Oh, yes. Number 6 is to read a book that was released this year. For this one, I'll be reading In a Holidaze by Christina. It's their newest novel. It was released, I think, in October, and it has to do with the holidays. I think it's like some kind of like time warp kind of thing. I think the main character's family is like selling their cottage that they've gone to every single year for Christmas, and she's very sad about it, and on the drive there, they get into a car accident, and she wakes up at the start of the day and she ends up in a time loop or something like that. It sounds really weird. I'm not too sure how I feel about it, but I am a fan of Christina and it's a holiday romance, so like, you know, it's the perfect time to read it. So I'm going to read that one. Number 7, The Puppy. Yes! Sweet! Number 7, I'm very excited for. As we probably all know, I'm a big fan of portal fantasy. It is my favorite genre ever. So for this one, I'm going to be reading A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is the third and final book in the Shades of Magic trilogy. I didn't realize how large this book was, so like, you know, adding on to that page count, I guess, for the month. Wish me luck. But in this world, there are 4 different Londons in different dimensions. Some have magic, some don't. And it follows a man named Kel who's able to travel between these worlds. I absolutely adored the first 2 books so far, and I am so beyond hyped to get to book number 3 because like the last line of the second book was such a cliffhanger, and I've been losing my mind all month because I just can't stop thinking about it. I am so beyond excited. Number 8. The Happy Face. Nice. The round ones are so easy. Number 8 is to read a library book, and for this one I'll be reading Mistletoe and Mr. Wright by Sarah Morgenthaler. This one sounds friggin' hilarious. It's another romance novel. If you can't tell, I'm very much in the mood for romance right now, so I'm just getting all those in there. Plus holiday books. I'm so excited. I love seasonal reads, and this one sounds hysterical. It's a romance novel set in Alaska where the main couple meets when she accidentally tranquilizes him trying to shoot a moose who's been terrorizing the town. You know, as a Canadian, I need to read a holiday romance book about a moose. I need that. I need it in my life. Number 9. The Bird. Oh my god, come here! Oh, for fuck's sakes. I keep dropping it! Oh, fuck. Oh no! Damn it! Ah. And something from the punishment jar for number 9. For number 9, I got a punishment. Yay! So I'll have to be reading a book that I've been avoiding. So I'm going to be reading The Master Magician by Charlie N. Holmberg. This is the 3rd book in the Paper Magician series that I started reading earlier this year, and it's really terrible, to be honest. It's not very good. The main character of this series wanted to be a metal magician, I believe, but she was assigned paper magic, and so she goes to be trained by a paper magician, and then we kind of go from there. I'm really not looking forward to this. It has one of my least favorite tropes in it that makes me like super uncomfortable, but like honestly the series is so short. Like each book is only about 230 pages or so, so I might as well just finish them. So I'm going to, even though I really don't want to. And our 10th, the one that we're adding, is the Booger. Where are you? Oh, it's gone. So I seem to be missing my booger, so we're just gonna have to go with the bucket. Got it. And finally, number 10, I have to read a nonfiction book. And for this one, I'll be reading If Anyone Can Hide It, It's Me by Matthew Stegman. This is the other book that Matthew very kindly sent to me for review. It's another poetry book, and it sounds wonderful and like beautiful cover too. So very much looking forward to this one. And that's it. Those are all the books that I'm reading for this month. Wish me luck. Lots of romance, lots of holidays, so I'm looking forward to it. Some books that I've been dying to get to as well. So this will hopefully be a very, very good month. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. so much. So wish me luck. Hopefully next month I won't be taking any punishments as a result of this month, because you know 10 books is a lot. But, like, luckily most of them aren't super long, so I don't think my page count is going to be crazy, but I'm still a little bit intimidated just by the number of books. But I think I'll do okay. But that'll do it for today's video. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye!